Reminds me of like a Tunnocks, like tea cake or caramel log. Just similar colours, similar vibes, similar branding.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool because Tunnocks is like a Glasgow, like Scottish brand, so it's like that was like nostalgia vibes. I grew up with eating maced caramel logs, like.
I really like the rice one, especially as a South Indian. We eat a lot of rice, like that's the South Indian stereotype. Maybe not basmati because that's like a bougie rice. You eat it on special occasions, but rice is really important to us. Like in the north they eat roti and chapati, but in the south we eat rice, and we grow a lot of rice. And I think it's just a massive sense of comfort. Like even after a couple of days of not eating rice, you miss it.
Jute sack that the rice is contained in and back to Europe, colonialism and so forth, and the trade in rice, and why so much of the best rice will end up here,
Yeah.
while people will starve to death who have produced it.
Well, I think the history of the UK is constructed on like the labour of other people and the work of people from other countries other than England and the UK. So I guess it's interesting to see that replicated in like a social space when you kind of forget about how like the country we live in has come about.
I can't sit on that and not imagine myself like, literally sitting on your back. It's so human, and the upholstery on the top and the way that it veils. Yeah, I suppose it sort of veils what would be the rest of that person's body. The focus is the hands and feet. It's the things that like carried and made, again, so much of what is important about this place, whether that's this pub or the culture that we have. But it hides the soul and the heart and face and the rest of the body of that person.
I'd feel very uncomfortable sitting on that lady's back.
This is about how economy gets built and how wealth is getting built. It's not right and wrong. It's reality, and it's gone through in society in different ways. But it's good for people to understand this. Understand how economy is getting built. It's not about one person. It's about a lot of different people effort into building an economy.
At a very young age, as a child, you're kind of taught that like Britain is like the enemy, and that's like you're taught to like sort of vilify it and see it as and you haven't even begun to think about why that is, but it's just been so ingrained. Moving over to Scotland, even though it feels so like home and so like the people here are so similar to the Irish, we are still in a British culture that we are in the United Kingdom, and it feels like it's kind of a bit of a halfway house. Holding on to that Irish culture is like, it kind of makes you feel, it helps you to justify that you're here, but you're not one of them, if that makes sense.
I'm writing about how capitalism destroys cultures and identities that aren't able to be streamlined into commodification, and by using products from a culture that a lot of people, especially in an environment like this, wouldn't know about, you can use the same means of destruction to project and kind of what's the word I'm looking for, like share your culture.
Like, I'm quite happy because I think Ireland and India have quite similar histories, and I honestly really like that, even though it might have meant that like school was a bit shit, but I think it's good fun and the history's interesting, so to be fair. Just like the struggles of freedom, I think, are very similar, and oppression, obviously, but also fighting against that and reclaiming your roots. And it's important to know what your people have gone through on both sides. Not that I'm Irish, but what the Irish people have gone through. I do resonate to it quite strongly.
I might sit here and have conversations and understand people's perspectives, or do my best to, and have arguments and disagreements with people. But to sit and be forced to consider a very specific thing is maybe a new thing for me. So it takes what I've already considered for so long as being a big part, a very important part of what I love about this place, and it's reframed it. And that's what I love about the project. It's so cool.
As a brown person in a pub, it's often quite a white space, and it's nice to see, you know, different elements of your culture represented and also appreciated, seen as like an art form as opposed to something to be tucked away in the spice cupboard, proverbially.
Don't ever talk to me again.
Okay.
I'm only kidding.